I know Gary V is heavily invested in collecting these. Gary, if you're watching this, thank you for always beating me to the card I want. What's going on, guys? So, I'm going to give a quick recap. I've had a massive delivery of different pieces of memorabilia, some cards, a few interesting pieces that have come in. So these items have come in from Golden Auction House, shout out Golden, from eBay, from private deals on Instagram. So thank you for everyone who reaches out. Thank you. If you have anything interesting and cool to sell, please DM me. Now, let's start with our friends at Golden. And this is a ball from Roland Garros. This is a game used and signed ball by the hottest tennis prodigy, Carlos Alcaraz. I guess he's not a prodigy anymore, but he is possibly the best tennis player in the world at the moment. And that is his signed and used Wilson ball from Roland Garros 2024. Now, this is pretty cool. This is a 1 of 1, and this is the comic cut card featuring Dr. Doom. Now, it's from 2025. Of course, it's a 1 of 1. It's a big card, and I think these cards are huge. I think these cards have so much room to grow as well. I think that over the next year, especially with Doomsday coming out, that's going to be a ginormous card. I'm actually going to put this in my son's Zion. I'm collecting for him now. I saw that and I thought that's a great piece for his collection. Now, you know I like my tickets. This is again courtesy of Golden Auction House. Thank you, Ken and the team. This is a ticket stub from Pele's last ever football game. This is the New York Cosmos, where he was playing in '77 versus Santos, his former team. It was at the Giants Stadium. They won 2-1. Pele scored a free kick. Big game. And again, we don't have physical tickets anymore, which is such a shame, because when you have artwork that looks like that, it's just so stunningly beautiful. This is the greatest in my own words. This is Muhammad Ali's autobiography. This is a perfectly fine copy, first edition, signed in his beautiful signature by Muhammad Ali. These are very rare, especially in dust jacket in first edition. Iconic book that I always see at a book show, and I finally managed to snag on Golden Auctions. There he is in the back, the greatest boxer to ever live. This is another ticket, but it's not any ordinary ticket. This is probably the birth of superhero films. This is Superman the movie, and this is a ticket to the film premiere back in 1977. And the film premiere was opposite Macy's on Wolf Road at the Fox Colony. And it's a personal invitation, Wednesday, December 13th, 1978, not 77. This is the ticket from the very first Superman movie, the very first real superhero movie. I just think 1978, we had just had Star Wars in 77. Christopher Reeves comes out, man in the sky, flying high. This is it. This is where it happened, the film premiere ticket. That is pop culture right there. Moving on from Golden for a second, someone DM me on Instagram with this. This is Halloween. So any Halloween. This is the very first sealed VHS tape. It's a 9.4. John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis. It is an iconic film. And that is going in my sealed VHS blockbuster collection. Next. Now, I have a feeling for vintage cards. When I mean vintage cards, I mean your rookies, your true rookies of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, etc. I know Gary V is heavily invested in collecting these. In fact, Gary, if you're watching this, thank you for always beating me to the card I want. Almost every auction or every card deal I do for a Superman 1, etc., the vendor tells me, oh yeah, Gary V bought it for me last week. So I'm constantly in a chase with him for these cards. But I finally got one. This is the 1940s first ever Superman card. I think this card is huge. It's a Pop 4 again. It's a PSA 2, and it's from a chewing gum collection. It's the first time Superman was ever printed on a card. I also bought this one, Superman racing a plane. If you're gonna have Superman, he may as well be racing a plane. Again, these are vintage 1940s cards from the Leader Novelty Candy Company in Brooklyn, in New York City. And Superman's first ever appearance on a card. These cards are going to be huge. So I actually might put that in my son's Zion, and that might buy him a very nice car when he turns 18. This is from my friend Carl Jones. Now, Carl Jones is an inverted artist. He's one of the only artists I've ever seen who can take a blank comic, a blank canvas, and do this. So if I'm going to open here. Now, this is the Negative Photo app. and I'm going to scan it over, and you can see that that is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, fully inverted. I picked this up at the London Card Show, and I just saw it and I thought I have to have that. It's just super cool. So thank you, Carl. Now, someone very kindly approached me at London Card Show with this comic right here. Now, this is very interesting to me. It's a beautiful cover. It's got MJ, it's got Gwen Stacy, it has Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and it has the Black Cat on the cover. So obviously it's a Spider-Man comic, but it's Secret Wars, the 2015 Secret Wars. This, of course, is the famous Jonathan Hickman story, which the movie is going to be based on. This isn't any copy though. First, it's a very high 9.8, which I believe is one of the highest copies out there. And this copy is signed by our very own Spider-Man, by Tom Holland. So I saw that and I had to get that. So thank you for reaching out. It's a great piece. I love this comic going in the collection. I have a big feeling for The Simpsons. I think it's very slept on. I think it's a collectible asset that people love. 2027, The Simpsons will be back for another movie. Matt Groening is doing it again. I think we're going to have a bit of Simpsons mania, especially around collectibles. So I remember in 2009 walking to a Barnes & Noble, seeing this magazine and picking it up because I just thought it was so cool. Now it's been graded. It's come back a 9.6. And this is Playboy. But this is Playboy with Marge Simpson as the centerfold. The only cartoon character to ever feature in Playboy is a centerfold, if I'm not mistaken. It's super cool. This is going to be a sought-after collectible piece that people are going to want. What I'm going to show you next is truly iconic. It is my favorite movie, if you know my favorite movie, which is Jaws. I've got signed letters by the author, Peter Benchley, his first VHS tape, and I have the Jaws Lego set, which I'm yet to build, but I will. I got offered this piece and I had to buy it because it's a true one of one. Now, when I came in, I looked at it and I just thought, this is just so outstandingly beautiful. I can't leave it in a small plastic bag. It needs to be boxed as beautifully and presented as beautifully as the actual item. I reached out to my friends in Chelsea who are bookbinders, and they did this incredible leather-bound book, the leather cutout of Jaws. There's the buoy over there. Now in silver foil, you've got Jaws over there. Now this is the film script from Jaws. This is the casting director's film script, just as they cast it. And this has come from the Universal Studios lot. It's very delicate. It's a very, very rare and expensive piece. I'm going to quickly open the cover because they had just cast the main cast. And if you see there in pencil, you have the main cast. Roy Schneider, Robert Shaw, Richard DeFeus, all handwritten. Murray Hamilton, and of course, Lorraine Gray. This was Peter Benchley's screenplay. This is the film that made Steven Spielberg famous. They were nice enough to throw in the second script as well for Jaws 2, but this is the completed version of Jaws. This is the completed film script. Now, what's interesting about this film is that the script was complete, but because the shark, the mechanical shark, whose name was Bruce, couldn't stay in the water without collapsing. There's even a famous play called The Shark Has Failed. In this script, there's lots of scenes about the shark that you just don't see. In the film, you have the incredible John Williams score that brings the terror to life of the shark. And Spielberg used his genius at such an early age, his very first movie, to not show the shark in some of the key early pivotal scenes. Not by design or by choice, but purely because the shark wouldn't work. And that's why that soundtrack, that John Williams score, that masterpiece, is so iconic and scary, because you didn't know what was coming. Let me know what your favorite piece is in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and until next time.